Hi guys, good afternoon everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sai Kiran. Guys, today we are going to discuss about a new service called AWS Amplify guys. This is a fantastic service. Recently I got to know this and I have tested something using Amplify services and it works really well. So first we'll try to understand what kind of advantages this Amplify brings comparative to the traditional pattern, right? Once after the developer done writing his code, what he is going to do, he going to push the code into the source code management tool, correct? And then as a DevOps engineer, our responsibility is to configure EC2 in order to deploy it right from the beginning. And then we need to configure RDS for the database, and for the storage we need to configure S3 and etc, some other services, right? So and then we used to manage the backend configuration, create SDKs, or we used to manage each and everything from the console or AWS CLI, right? And then for deployment, this is the major task. We used to configure Jenkins for continuous deployment and continuous integration, or AWS native tool which is code deploy, correct? For example, if you take storage, again we used to configure databases, or S3, right, etc. For hosting, again we used to create not a secure socket layer, Route 53, which is a dash called as DNS as a service, right? We used to create hosted zones here, and then we used to take one domain here, correct? We used to follow all this pattern, and then also at end of this, we are going to create something called ACM, which is Amazon First Certificates Manager. We're going to update the SSL certificate, correct? But now, if you watch carefully, what does this AWS Amplify will do is it provides managed backend service. It provides managed backend service, which means it will automatically, like it will Amplify will take care automatically setting up and configuring AWS resources based on your application requirements, based on your application requirements. What was the application here? Ours is, I do have already a GitHub repository. I stored it in the GitHub repository. I'm going to show you. So this is my React application. I have downloaded this from the internet sources. I haven't did anything from the scratch because I'm not a developer, but I do understand the entire code and its functionality, right? So today what we're going to do is, this is something which is related to the serverless architecture, guys. We are not going to create a single instance, and we are not going to select any single VPC or single security. The only thing what we are going to do is, we are going to just give our repository link and then branch name, that's it. Right from the deployment to right from the testing to deployment, it is going to take care right from the first to last, understand? So let's go to the console and do some practicals. Type Amplify here, AWS Amplify, open it. This has been launched in 2017 itself only, but I'm not sure why no one has tested this. This is really good. Look at the interface, all in purple color. Create new app, and make sure you're selecting GitHub. If you're having Bitbug repository, or if you're having code commit, which is the AWS cloud data tool, GitLab, you can go ahead and select it. Select GitHub. I do have my repository in GitHub. So once after this configuration has been done, make sure, for me it's already been authenticated. For you, if you're doing for the very first time, you need to do the authentication before this step. So it will directly take you to your GitHub repository, and there what you have to do is, you have to select the particular repo what you want, and then you have to select access it. That's it. And then if you click here, you can able to see all your repositories. Got it? So I'm going to select React application. This is the application which I wanted to test. Simply click on next, give the name whatever you want, and we are not going to give any kind of front end build commands because we already do have the YAML file here. So we are going to run this. So now you can ignore this. Simply click on next. Let's see if there is anything in advanced settings. Okay, Amazon Linux default image it is taking, let it take. No environment variables, no packages enable SSL rendering, no, not required. And then simply click on next. It will take some time here. Let it take. It's going to check whether the region and the account is available for this using this resource or not. Okay, it says good, and let's click on save and deploy. That's it, guys. Nothing to do again. The best part here is you don't need to create any kind of webhooks. You don't need to create any kind of code commit or Jenkins for continuous integration. What you can do is you can simply go and do all the modifications here. You, in the sense, you developer, if he goes here and then if he does any kind of modifications here, then what this Amplify will do is it will automatically notice that there is a change in our GitHub repository and it will trigger the job again, right? You don't need to do, and it will trigger at very fast speed. I'm going to show you now. Let this deployment completes. And also another thing what you have to do is you have to make sure that copy this, go to the build settings and paste this in the YAML amplify.yaml file. Save it. If you come back to your overview again, see it is deploying, right? Let's wait for it. Go to master. See it is deploying. Okay, it says it's deployed. Just now we have added one amplify.yaml file, right? So let's redeploy this version again. It will take that build file and it will run accordingly, because in the build file we do have some predefined commands, npm install and npm run build. So for that reason we are running the build again. Let's wait for it. So completed backend build. Okay, let me see if it is completed or not. It's going to show a green color here once it is completed. Okay, we do have an error bad request message request failed with stands code 4. Okay, 404 is common, no problem. Failed to process of the environment. Oh, we haven't given any environment secrets. Okay, the building has been started here. Starting front end build. Nice. Rebuild, executing commands npm install. Okay, up to date audited 1572 packages. It says deployed. This is the first one. Okay, it's still deploying. Let it deploy. See how easy it is. Basically, for such kind of React applications, what we have to do once after the developer done his task, we have to create EC2 instance, we have to create storage, we have to create the RDS, and then we have to create all the necessary services whatever we required. Like and the complexity of configuring all these services is you have to make sure that all the network part is good. So to avoid, okay, we had a failure. Delete dotted prettier is a package actually at where app.js. Look, go back here, app.js in source location, open app.js. Is it giving any line? Actually I have added something here to test the commits. See, adding test commits, I have added this line 19 to line 19 to 22, delete the dot. Okay, okay, I have added this actually to auto commit. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll remove this. Now watch carefully, guys. I'm going to commit here immediately. It will run the job again. Commit changes. If you come back here, see the job is running again. Got it? So we don't need to integrate any kind of third-party tools for continuous integration. So once after you have selected your Git branch, each and everything right from the first to last, Amplify will be taken care of. Let's wait for it. Let's see. Completed front-end build. Completed successfully. Uploading cache artifact. Okay, uploading cache artifact. Cache completed. Upload process. Uploading environment cache artifacts. Okay, okay, it says the deployment has been completed. Nice. Now let's access this with the help of the domain link which what it is provided. Select it, open. We got this, guys. See, this is what I wanted to deploy. If you watch carefully, we don't need to do any kind of configuration for the SSL certificate. See, SSL certificate is also been updated. This is far more better than elastic beanstalk actually. The pricing is also very less for this. They are giving 12 months of free trial for this AWS Amplify also, right? This as I said before, I have downloaded this from the different sources. This is not me who built right from the first to last. So just for the testing purpose, I wanted to show you this, how you can deploy an React application using Amplify, right? If you scroll down and see, these are the actually this is a site where it delivers free templates, code page, see here, right? So this is what I wanted to show you guys. If anyone is asking you in interview, or if your team is asking you what is, like, if your developer is asking you what is the best way to test or deploy the application, you can suggest them this Amplify. Even developers can do it by themselves. They don't need to rely on DevOps engineers or admins or someone. What they can do is they can simply configure Amplify. They have to give the GitHub repository there, and simply they can click on deploy. Got it? So this is what I wanted to show you guys. If you do have any doubts, please put it in the comment section. Also, do ping me on LinkedIn if you do have any doubts. So that's all for today. We'll see you in the tomorrow's session. Tomorrow might be the last session for the AWS, I believe. Let me open my mastering AWS repository. Yeah, DMS migration. Okay, I'm going to show this, and after that, step functions. Step functions is not that required. I might be removing this. If do we have time, then I'm going to explain this. And day 38, we are going to discuss about the resume job market and all. And from June 25, from June 25 Tuesday, I'm going to start Docker and Kubernetes. Right? It will take 30 to 35 days between to complete that. Got it? That's all for today. We'll see you in the tomorrow's session. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye bye.